All right, y'all. So today we're going to be doing the season 6 tier list for Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, and we have had the season 6 patch officially in game and everything related to that. Honestly, pretty exciting patch nonetheless. I think that there are a lot of good changes, but there's a lot of changes that I think I really wish to see in the future. So we'll kind of just be taking a look here at every single character, and if there's not really changes for them in previous in this previous patch, then I'm not really going to talk about them that much, especially if they stayed pretty stagnant. But for the most part, we'll be talking about the highlights and things like that. And again, this is my opinion. Let me know what you guys are thinking and how you would rank the characters yourself. But yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and hop right in. So again, this is ZASABC. I think I'm going to go ahead and delete C tier. I don't think C tier will be needed here. And let's really just kind of again go through. So I have a bunch of starter characters here that I really want to talk about, and then we'll end off with like some of the characters that people really want to hear about as well. Starting these off, I mean, just setting the tone. God Goku still Z tier. For people who are known by God Goku, he's still here. His nerfs did nothing. Like realistically, his nerfs, it was just a skill 3 nerf. You can say snowball nerf hurt him a bit, sure, but like I feel like he still does insane amount of damage. His skill 3 nerf was pretty meaningless. It barely decreases damage. If they want to nerf this guy, they need to nerf his passive gauge. He reduces his cooldowns when he has red fairy gauge up, but he also does so much extra damage, and especially on skill 2 boost, you get the passive with skill 2 God Shoot. It basically resets the skill, and you can just get 2 of the skill at once. It's genuinely disgusting. It should not be allowed. His skill 1 still one-shots pretty much any squishy, especially once he gets an advantage. His ultimate's still very, very good. I don't know. This guy just has too much. I think his red fury gauge is what has to be nerfed. Honestly, both the damage and the skill cooldowns. And then I think this guy is in a much better spot. They just overbuffed him, and they have continued to just like be very, very light with the nerfs they gave him. It's just a travesty, in my opinion. Next, I want to talk about Super Saiyan 3 Goku, actually, since he is the character that's been kind of terrorizing things. I think he's an A tier now. You could argue he's an S tier. I think very strong argument for him to be S. But the reason why I think he's an A is a couple of different things. Firstly, he did get nerfed. His IT cooldown is longer. He did get a Kamehameha nerf that kind of did nothing, but now he's also lost skill 1 boost. Matches are going to be shorter now, I feel like, because of the fact that bosses now spawn sooner. Snowball got nerfed. I think that hurts this guy a lot because he's a slow starter character outside of Super Start, and now he's also lost skill 1 boost, which really helped this guy get off the ground. Now it's not only going to, I think, just be shorter in terms of matches. I also think that this guy is going to have a much less of a presence early game, and that hurts him. I do think that it hurts this guy quite a bit. I think at this point he's going to be a superstar healing merchant. I feel like A tier characters that are like a bit reliant on divine draws more than other characters. Like in the divine draw, you could argue they're S tier level, but like because of that, as a base character, they're just like A tier. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. You guys get the point. They need assistance in a sense, but also 3Q deserves to be down here because he has that global IT. And again, if 3Q is broken, then he's obviously very annoying, as we've seen in season 5. So I think it's deserved that this guy is an A tier, and he should just be an A tier. Just a very good character, or just a good character, not a broken, crazy character. Z tier is kind of like the mistakes tier, I would argue. Now, Super Vegito, I think he's S tier. I used to have him in Z tier. They did nerf his skill 1, and he doesn't have skill 1 boost anymore. I still think he's going to be really good. I just feel like there's other characters that are just better now, realistically, in like the divine draws that are available and things like that. And I don't want to like overstuff Z tier. I don't really think he's a mistake. I think he was very good. It's just that I didn't feel like in previous season there was more than 3 characters better than him. But now I do think that's the case. So that's why he's an S tier now. Kid Buu. I think the nerf that they gave him was pretty good. He definitely feels a lot worse now. It's funny because they took this guy out, but then they gave us another terrorist. We'll talk about that later. But I mean, his skill 3 nerf, he used to just like have such a wide range in the skill 3, plus the like speed lore that he had with his extra parts was very, very strong. And now they removed a good chunk of it, and you could really see and feel the difference. His ult, you can't spam as much anymore, which I think is fine. Like, obviously, you shouldn't be able to just spam ults whenever you want. They increased it from what, 70 to 90 seconds. I think that's okay. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. But like the combination of these two nerfs plus his damage nerfs earlier on in season 5, and again, this guy's just been nerfed a bunch of times. He's still good, but I don't think he's like as impressive as he once was. So honestly, I don't mind. I think generally speaking, he's still gonna be useful. I still have fun using him personally though, but maybe that's just because like he's the technical character I used the most in season 5, so maybe I'm just a little bit biased in the sense that I know how to use him really well in comparison to other characters, but still. Frieza, I think I'll put in B tier. I think Frieza sucks still. Honestly though, the thing is that like, even though Frieza had just like very little presence in a match, I don't know what I would do to fix him. Because I think Frieza is a character where he's either going to be really good or just kind of mid. But I do think he needs something. Zarbon and the Doria are kind of easy to handle with. Honestly, more so Zarbon. The Doria can be a bit annoying at times. But if you're not just like ramming your head into him over and over, there are ways around it. And yeah, I mean, Frieza has the movement speed. It's nice, but I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. I think Frieza just needs a bit more. He can do some really good defense though. It's just that, in trade for that, you're kind of giving up a lot of other things that other tacticals can do. So that's that. Kale's another character I feel like A tier. I think she really has benefited from like super starts. Skill 2 boost is here, which I think this is the first time we've seen Kale with her skill 2 upgrade in skill 2 boost, because this wasn't available for her in season 2. But I don't think that makes her broken or anything. I think she's just like a, well, decently balanced character. Like, yeah, I think so. She's good. She has little mobility. Not much has changed with her, honestly. Kid Han, I would also say, is A tier. He did get out buff, and I think he's a good counter pick against what I think is the best technical, which we'll get to later. But at the same time, I feel like it kind of didn't change that much for him. If you are able to utilize like and coordinate, I think the skill 3 well, it can be useful. And he himself has extra defense, which I find to make him a decent amount tankier. I don't think that it changes his role or value in the meta. He's just a good character. He's an easy to use technical. If you're like picking up technical, he's actually really easy to pick up, and you could branch off from him to other characters if you're like beginning the game. So I think this guy is just nice to have. Broly, I actually really like his buffs quite a bit. I feel like Broly, again, his damage didn't change pretty much. I mean, he's on skill 2 boost, so they lowered his skill 2 damage, which I think is okay, sure. His ultimate is still kind of a bit finicky, but it can be used to kind of make space. This ultimate's really funny, because I feel like in many situations it's better used to make space or healing attack rather than to damage the enemy. But his skills can actually still do quite a bit of damage, and the energy defense he now gets, again, it used to only be strike defense, now he also gains energy defense when his despair gauge is filled. I feel like this guy can be quite tanky against these energy attacks now. I mean, chat, he's in a better spot. 100%. 100% he's in a much better spot. Before I would have him like low A, now I think he's S tier. Really good at bust for Broly. They gave him exactly what we wanted him, and they did well, so that's good. I feel like 17's S tier. You could argue he might be A tier, but I don't know. I feel like he's fine. I think the extra shield could be super useful, especially right now when you could get hit by invisible mines and everywhere. It could just be useful in team fights. Anti-heal could still be good for, healing attack as well. Healing attack is still an annoying divine draw. And he's just generally a good character. Like, I think S tier is fine. Not much has changed for him. For Vegeta, I also think S tier, not much has changed for him as well, except for the fact that he has skill 2 boost. So now he's just kind of arguably better than he was last season, just because of that alone. I think he could actually be pretty good with the Dende helper. I think I can see some nice things with him, but I don't know if the Dende helper would necessarily be his best helper specifically. It can lead him to sustain a lot better in these team fights though, if you need to. He already sustained very well in them, so I don't think he like necessarily needs it. I just think he's in a good spot, honestly. Daima Goku, I think, is in E tier probably. What a fall. I feel like this guy doesn't do that much, but I don't think he's bad. I think he's just kind of mid. Not much to say. Nothing has changed from him from the last season, at least from what I'm aware of. Cell, same thing. Pretty much nothing has changed. He's just kind of like a decent tank. Like, I think Tao helps him. But again, longer games benefit this guy. I guess I think the same thing with Super Saiyan 3. Fights are technically shorter now. I don't think it's gonna hurt him that much, but it can matter. And this guy, it's a bit difficult to make a comeback with him at times, especially compared to other characters. But you have Tao that can help you out, so that's good. Who is a character that also fits in this description of, like, you know, he really needs to get the ball rolling, but once he does, he can be really good. Superstar extremely benefits this guy. I had a Superstar game with this guy yesterday. I mean, he felt like a Z-tier tank at times, bro. His ult hits so hard. It's actually so insane. This guy could do extremely nasty things, but you need to get there. I think the snowball nerfs didn't really hurt him, though, as much as, like, 3Q, but I mean, I say that, but it probably does outside of Superstar. So, yeah. Piccolo, I think, sucks. I don't know. Not much to say. I think Piccolo hasn't changed much. It's very easy to jump this guy. I mean, he got the skill 1 compensation buff. I don't know. I really think that this guy's always sticks out like a sore thumb. You always target him. You will not have a fun time if you're playing with Piccolo. I think 9 out of 10 times. Like, you will have an issue unless you're, like, really, really dedicating it to Piccolo. And there are good Piccolo players out there. But, like, I think y'all understand. Like, it can be a struggle. You have to be very precise with this boy to make him work. That's kind of it, though. But yeah, that's pretty much it there. Almost so broken. Nothing has changed about her. Not good. There's nothing else for me to say. Like, she is... There's slight more cracks in her kit now because defense sub was nerfed. Her fuel gauge was kind of nerfed in a decent way too, but she still does what she does, like her capsule, and she's still extremely fast. The chip queen, like, she's disgusting, like absolutely disgusting. God Vegeta, I was thinking between A and S. I think he's S, but like at the end of S. Dende could help him, but I feel like it's like very niche. You probably would use Tao on this guy anyways. That's kind of it. Not much change for him. I mean, skill 2 boost is nice for him, so we'll take that, but that's kind of it. Oh, Gohan, I also think is S tier. He's always been very annoying. I think he's probably better than can do now. Debatable. By the way, these characters aren't necessarily in order, but like kind of vaguely in order-ish. But they are sorted by like DPS into technical into tank, right? I mean, Gohan's still good. Hit, I think, struggles a lot. There's a lot of AoE around. Not a fun time for this guy. You can still make him work with his ult, but like he's kind of like an ult merchant now. A little bit. And a little bit of a superstar merchant. I say a little bit, but he is. There's not really a big reason to use him in this current meta. But he is another one of those characters where when he's broken, he's extremely annoying and unfun to play against. So, take our poison, right? I guess. Bardock. Is Bardock. Is he best tank? Maybe. He could be. Bardock actually works really well at that day, by the way. I feel like Bulma's still probably better, but you can make an argument for Bardock. He just doesn't die. He has really good mobility still with his skill 3 as well. Just not as good as Bulma. But Dende, you could permanent push towers, or you could just use Tao and he'll 100% never die, honestly. But honestly, he 100% never... He like 99% never dies with Dende anyways, and you can make extremely strong pull pushes with him. He still does pretty nice damage if you know how to aim his skill 1 correctly into walls or other enemies. It's nasty. Wrath, AoE Wrath is still good. It's not broken like it once was, but it's still good. I mean, there's just not a bad part in this kit. Unlike the Gammas, I just don't think they have presence. Nothing has changed about them. They just don't have presence. What would I change for them? What if they make Core Breaker like God Kamehameha? You can use that at any point in the map. It's just so obvious. I feel like a lot of their kit is designed around the Core Breaker and like the Power Spike late game. But I think it's so obvious nowadays, kind of like Piccolo charging Smash from Cannon, that it doesn't hit like half the time unless you're just not paying attention. Trunks is good. Pretty much nothing has changed for him. He did lose skill 1 boost, but I think he's still in a really good spot. Bojack did lose skill 1 boost, did get a nerf, but I think he's still really strong in healing attack. I think he could be used to set up some very nasty things. Super Saiyan Vegeta, I tried him out last night, and I just think this guy, he didn't get buffed, but man, I just feel like he does need one. Like, I want to talk about him specifically. I think there's 2 changes I would make to him. Firstly, give this guy a passive. What is this? This is like nothing. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think this has ever been meaningful. Like this reduced cooldown. It's like just like it's like a Teemo version of like it's like a Teemu version of God Vegeta's passive, which is already not in the great spot. I mean, like Kefla has reduction, Bardock has reduction, Vegeta has the shield. Vegeta just has a better version of his passive. Bulma has insane mobility. Like, this sucks. Honestly, what I would give this guy is like a defensive buff for a period of time when he falls low HP. Makes him tanky, but not unkillable because he's lower HP percentage anyways. And then he has the opportunity to restore his shield. This is kind of useless right now, besides farm. Make it give no vanish, but decrease the pool it has. And then I think that allows this guy to really set up things very nicely, or even like combo into his ult if you need to. And this guy could be a lot better. I'm telling y'all, chat, those 2 changes would make this guy a lot better. That's what I would personally change, though. That's me. The core still sucks. I think there are going to be some people who think the core is going to be really good. That's fair. Skill 3 change was nice, but I don't know. I just feel like from my usage, he runs into the same issues at the end of the day. Like, very easy to jump him still. Mid mobility, can't escape very easily. You see a Deborah, you just run limit break and jump, and you double vanish and you get out. If anything, the vanish to mind draw hurts him. Losing skill 1 burst arguably hurts him as well. Like, what is skill 2 boost do for this guy? It does nothing. Healing attack, he's like almost useless in healing attack. He has his skill 3 luckily, but I don't know. Maybe he could be A tier, like at least him and Baby. Like, bottom of A tier is arguable, but I just think he sucks. I'm sorry. Kid Goku, I think, is in a better spot now. Skill 2 boost is nice for him. I think the new Divine Draw is also, it synergizes like neatly with his passive. You can get a lot of extra dashes. I think it's very funny. Like, you could skill to dash, into vanish, into dash, into skill into dash. Like, I think someone really good with Kid Goku could utilize it, but it's kind of niche. Skill 2 boost is cool for him, though. I think the damage increase is, like, kind of good. Like, it's really good, honestly. But yeah, that's kind of it. I think he's just in a fine spot. I mean, snowball nerfs didn't hurt this guy. I think most people who main this guy runs build up anyways, which honestly pretty much didn't change like at all. I think Frieza is still really good. Yeah, I do think Frieza is still really good, honestly. Okay, I had to pause mid-recording, so I don't remember where I left off. I think it was with actually, I genuinely don't remember who I left off. Was it Kid Goku? I think it was Kid Goku. I mean, either way, whatever. 18 is in a good spot, but I don't think she's really broken. I think she's just fine. Baby's broken. I think Baby's in a very good spot right now. I think, I mean, this guy really benefits from many top tier characters right now. Broly, Vegito, two other characters I will mention. He's really great. I don't know. I just think Baby. The thing about him is that obviously it's easy to catch him out, but at the same time, it's hard to actually kill him because of his possession. And if you're knowledgeable at how to work around with his skill too, and if you're knowledgeable on how to utilize his, like, you know, like when to possess and who to possess and things like that, and how to like kind of stay not too far away from your allies. Plus you have Tao in the back. Like, this guy is in a really great spot now, and he can be very effective in just making sure you're able to wipe out one or even two characters very easily because of his slow. Very good. I think Zamasu's in a nice spot right now. Dende Helper actually does help this guy out quite a bit, in my opinion. I think the Dende Helper is really nice for him. It just allows him to kind of sustain himself in these fights. Unlike like Super Saiyan Vegeta, where I feel like he just doesn't have like extra sustainability. Zamasu just like is tankier than Vegeta, I think. Overall, I feel like Zamasu feels like he does more damage, just like because he has the DLT ability. I just feel like Zamasu has more presence in a fight. Now, late game they both fell off, but the one thing about Zamasu is that well, we'll talk about Beerus. Beerus is really good, I think. He can't be executed by Beerus, which is really funny considering that he's the one character that Beerus uses the Hakai against. But he can't actually be executed if he has a second life gauge up. So that's good. I think that's just like a really nice like kind of counter meta play in a sense that I want to give him brownie points for that personally. Again, then it can be used to extend the use of his like regeneration gauge before it's popped, which just means that he fights longer, which is just exactly what he wants to do, right? But again, I think he falls off the game, so he's not really any higher than A rank. Kefla's kind of broken right now, in my opinion. I think Kefla, like, let's look at the Divine Draws. Skill 2 boost, Team Rush Go, obviously Superstar, but like everyone benefits from that. We still have Skill 2 boost. Did I ever say that? Oh no, the new Vanish Divine Draw, Healing Attack, like all these Divine Draws, most of them benefit her. If anything, like, you know, Mystery HP kind of benefits her in the sense where, again, we know she has low HP, but like, you don't know if you can actually properly diamond her or not anymore. I think that also kind of helps her. She's in a very, very strong spot now. Majibu, I think, is just good. His ult is really nasty. You could do things with him, but I just don't think he has that much of an overwhelming presence. But I think he's in a nice spot. Kefla, I think, is S tier. I think Kefla is like the one counter to Tao in a sense. The only issue with Kefla is that God Goku exists, and he just counters her entire existence. But she's still good against Kefla. I think she's still good against Vegito, a bunch of other energy characters, probably Beerus as well. It's just God Goku, just his existence just hurts her really badly. She also got like a unnecessary nerf, like through her ult. I don't know. I feel like that was not necessary either, but it did happen. So I don't know. I just don't see her being in Z tier, but she is in a good spot. Gotenks here roughly as well. He's just a good character. Not much has changed. Cooler is another A tier tank. I just feel like Cooler is very squishy. He could be a really nice playmaker, but I think he needs a bit more added to his kit. A lot of Cooler players, like, well, specifically one Cooler player who played Cooler every day, let me know, like, hey, you know, Cooler skill 2 doesn't really slow. And I got confirmation from other people who also play Cooler as well that he just feels very slow. So if his skill 2 slow actually was better, that would help him out quite a bit, because he finds it hard to catch up to people at times. I think that's perfectly valid. I think that changes like that would be good for him, but I don't know. Super Saiyan Goku, he's just good. He's just kind of mid of the pack right now. Not much has changed about him. He's kind of just like the middleman. Like, I don't know. He's not bad, but he's not like good. You know, he's like fine. Okay. Toppo Z tier. Beerus is S tier. That's how I'm feeling about these two. Toppo is broken beyond belief. I think that Toppo is really, really nasty to the point where you can run Beerus Toppo lane and everything's perfectly fine. The healing in the skill 2 is really nasty in team fights. I think as time passes on, people will kind of adjust to it and learn to bait it more. Kind of like, you could think about like in a Kale ult kind of way, where Kale's ult was really good, like, you know, team fights, but people learn, you know, oh, you can kite her, this is how you bait it out. I think the same will be with Toppo's skill too, because while the healing is insane, once people learn not to like be lured into where there's a bunch of farm, which obviously is not that easy to do considering how often farm spawns, but there's also like just having everyone next to him when he does it and then just full heals him. Like, there are many characters that are good at picking characters off. I think Beerus is one. I think Vegito was one. Honestly, Broly could be nice at diving as well. 18 even. Kefla, like, Kefla is kind of AoE-ish, but I feel like Kefla's not really that much of a dive. Kind of. I don't know. I feel like Toppo is really good though. Like, again, his skill 3 has value still. It just mostly just to wait until skill 2 is there. It's really the extra health that helps him out there. The DLT overall does more damage, which is nice for him. Yeah, snowball changes obviously didn't affect this guy. He was always a build-up guy. You could run steel skin now. I've seen a lot of people use. Like, I think the best build for it is probably build up steel skin and then like Pursuer or Wicked Warrior. Those cards are really good for him. Yeah. I mean, just watch a Toppo gameplay video and you'll see how good this guy is, really. But his ult can do decent damage now, especially because when he dies, the stacks aren't gone. That's useful, and is also useful for Beerus. I really like Beerus. I think his execute mechanic is really good. Yeah. He does a lot of burst damage. He's insane to skill 2 damage boost, right? His synergy with Toppo is really good. His synergy with Krillin is also good. We'll talk about that in a bit. I don't know, man. The only thing that kind of sucks about him is his ult. Like, he does so much damage with his skills, and he has the execution mechanic. That's not the craziest thing ever. And if you solo target someone with the ult, you can usually get them to execution range anyways. Yeah, this guy's great. Let's make a new tier. Krillin. I will admit, I myself didn't think he would be this good. He's insane. I guess is bugs right now. Hello? My internet might be just like fucking up. Hold on 1 second. Alright, here he is. Krillin's very annoying to play against, and I think that was especially true in the beta and stuff like that. I didn't realize he would do this much damage with his mines. I think he needs an emergency nerf to his mine damage and his skill 3 damage. Not a lot. I don't mind him. Like, he's a bit annoying to play against, but I just think the issue is his damage and not... The change to the mines were good, because without the change to the mines, it was useless. But I don't think they also realize how much damage this guy can do. With the, like... Because compared to the beta test, he also had... What's it called? I think Snowball was still strong in the beta, if I'm not mistaken, but Prepare to Die is a lot stronger here. Backstab is still good for him. Like, this guy does a bit too good. And again, he lowers his own cooldowns as well when he applies marks. Which, yeah. The skill cooldowns probably need to increase as well, just because he lowers it in his own passive. But yeah, that's what I would do. I think it's not too hard to change this guy and like make him normal. But I think he's arguably the best character in the game. I think he's pretty stupid. Like, you kind of just have to run Krillin right now. He's good at riding towers. He's good at defending towers. He's good in team fights. He's good at disorientating people. He's really fast. He's really good at team fights. He does a lot of damage for a technical. They gotta fix that. But yeah, this is what I'm thinking. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I could see things changing on this tier list, maybe later. Maybe 3 goes up, who knows. That's kind of the only thing, but I appreciate y'all. And I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.